Hi guys, it's Denise from Salvaged Inspirations. Today I'm going to be taking this thrift store mirror. It's actually my sister's. You can tell that it's just plastic and it has already been painted. Somebody has already tried fixing this up for themselves. But we're going to make it even better. Okay, I'm going to start by removing the backing. So whatever type of backing you have on your mirror, you want to remove that. So you can actually get to the back of the mirror. Okay, so I've unscrewed all the screws back here and I'm taking the backing off. We have 2 pieces of cardboard here and this is what we're looking for. So you want the back of the mirror. We could pull this right out actually. On the last mirror project I did, the mirror didn't come out this easily, so I actually just worked with it in the mirror, and I'll link to that in the description of the video. However, this one comes out super easy, so we'll work with it that way. So you have your mirrored side. Actually, we can clean that up also. That'll make it look a lot better. And you have the back of your mirror. So what we want to do is antique the back of the mirror here. Okay, so to strip the back of the mirror, I'm going to be using citrus strip. I actually really like using this because there's no harsh smell and it's safe for indoor use. And what I do is just apply the back of this, apply it generously onto the back. Get an inexpensive chip brush and, that's gross, there's one of my hairs in there. You want to make sure to get to the edges. Citrus strip has been sitting for a good 40-45 minutes. I wasn't going to leave it quite that long, but I got caught up in doing something else. And then I came down and gave it a little test and it looks all ready to take off. So that's fabulous. A little tip I like to use is I always keep really cheap aluminum foil down in my workshop. And when I'm stripping, it's great just to put the gook on here, the stripping gook on here, and then it can be easily disposed of. Rather, if you're putting it in a plastic container, the stripper will actually eat through your plastic container. So that's just a little tip for some of you. So you can even line a container with the foil, and that works nicely. So as you can see, this is going to easily come off. The back of this, I use a plastic scraper so as not to scrape the mirror. And you can just see how easily the back of this is just sliding right off. That's great. And again, the plastic, I prefer plastic when I'm doing these mirror projects because it's not going to scratch. And those scratch marks, if you're using a metal putty knife or scraper, you would actually see them on the front. So I don't want any scratch marks. But you can see that there's like a gold, or I'm not sure what the finish is on the back of here, but we're just taking off the back sort of gray painted part that protects the mirror. And again, I'll just put all of this gook onto the aluminum foil, and that way it's easy to dispose of. So really getting rid of the backing is super easy with the citrus strip. Just let it sit and do its thing and it's all done. So that looks great. just going to get rid of all that stripper off there. So we have a nice clean back to work with. It's really pretty. Okay. Now that our stripper has been all cleaned off, in this little spray bottle, and I just bought this spray bottle from the dollar store, is 50% water, 50% household bleach. It doesn't matter what type of bleach you use, anything will work. So it's a 50-50 mix. I have used it on my last mirror. You'll see how much is gone from the last mirror project. And what I'm going to do is just mist this on. And I really want around the edges. I want more antiquing around the edges. So I'm going to be adding more all around the edges. And I don't mind if like there's a few I actually want those drip marks, so I'm getting it to drip in certain places. And then around the edges, I'm going to add a whole lot more. So you want it misted, you want a few drips, and that will look more authentic. And then you wait. Once you start seeing that the vinegar and water solution is starting to eat through the mirror, you know you're going to get your antiquing effect on the other side. Also, once you see it starting to eat through, and maybe some areas you want it to antique through more or some areas less, you can actually just go in and dab at it with your shop towel or whatever you're using. So maybe in the middle, we don't want it to be quite as distressed. You can see it's starting to eat through. You can see these little holes. So it happens quite quickly. You have to be pretty diligent and watch what's going on. It eats through fairly quickly. Perfect. The back of this mirror has been sprayed. I did it like 2 or 3 times. Again, it's better to work slow than to actually have the bleach and water eat through too much, and then you don't like the effect. So just go slow with this. And once you're happy with the effect, I'll show you. Hopefully you'll be able to see that you can see through this a little bit now. You might be able to see it better once it's painted. But I'll show you the effect once it's painted. So you can see through my hand a little bit. Looks like a lot of it ate through actually. Now is the last step, since the bleach and the water have actually eaten through our mirror. I know it's hard to see, but you can actually see spots that are see-through here. So as a last step, I want some gold showing through. So I'm going to use the same Krylon Color Max. This is Caramel Latte Satin. It says it's good for metal, wood, plastic, and more, so this should be good. A good shake. And I'm just going to give this a light spray on the back. And come back in and give that a second coat after that dries.